We're going to start in our January to June mini, and we are going to focus on the ice cream corner suite. And it took me a little bit to warm up to this set. I mean, I absolutely love the paper and the stamp set and the punch, of course, but I wasn't quite sure what to do, and I wasn't sure about these images. So tonight, part of my goal is to show you what each piece does, because I actually had to do a little hunting around on the internet to make sure that I knew how to stamp the ice cream. I know that might sound crazy, but I wasn't quite sure what to do with these two. All right, so yeah, it's definitely a yummy sweet. I'm in love now. So like I've told many of you before, when I start with a new sweet, sometimes I'm not quite sure where to start. And so I started today by copying these cards, okay? And I call that casing. I cased the cards. It's an acronym. It's copy and share everything, all right? So if you're wondering, that's what case means. And now I'm going to show you some of those cards. Let's start with this one right here, okay? All right, let me see if I can find it in my stack. So here it is in the catalog, and here it is up close and personal. Isn't this awesome? I do love the sprinkles that come with the suite, and I'm going to show you everything in the suite very shortly. See those little sprinkles? Isn't that cute? This is the designer paper, and happy birthday is one of the greetings in this set. And I can already tell you, I've used the happy birthday on another card already because I love the size and the font. And then this is a separate stamp right here. Isn't that fun? So super, super easy card. Look at the ribbon. You're going to get to see that up close tonight too. This is all part of the suite, okay? All right, next card. Do you see this one right here? So this is how I copied this one. I changed a few things. Can you tell that I changed a few things on here? Of course, I had to add my ribbon. This ribbon is part of the ribbon share. The pearls are part of the embellishment share, okay? And so you're going to see those ice cream scoops, and I'm going to show you how this was created. This is not stamped. This is actually just punched, okay? So I'm going to tell you all about that. But there's the original there. And then, of course, I had to attempt the shaker card. For the most part, I'm very happy with the shaker card, except mine is leaking right now. So we're going to make one tonight. I'm going to try and show you how to make one carefully and properly. If I shake mine too much right now, my sprinkles are going everywhere. So something didn't quite seal behind there. But this is one that we're actually going to make together tonight, all right? And you're going to learn about window sheets and foam strips and just all kinds of good stuff on this card, okay? I know the pearl dots are gorgeous, Gail. All right, so let me show you some more cards. Here is one right here. Now, this is not in the catalog, but look where the idea came from. Right there. So it's basically the same card, ladies. I just changed designer paper and ink colors. How about that? Isn't that cool? All right. Hi, Marty. Welcome. Hey, Marsha. Welcome. And two more cards for you. Here's a card that we're going to make this evening. Now, this one I did design myself. So I hope you like that one just as well. I'm going to show you how to attach these sprinkles, how to stamp this, and layer everything. All right. And then my last card is right here. and it's growing on me. At first, I thought it was kind of so-so, but now it's really growing on me. I'm going to show you how to stamp these popsicles tonight and how to create these popsicle sticks, okay? So we have a lot to learn tonight. I want you to be able to use this stamp set when you get it, okay? And not wonder what it's all about. Oh, that's right, Mana, you did order this. You're going to love it. Even the punch, you're just gonna love it. All right, so let's look at the suite. We're gonna get a closer look at the stamp set tonight. So let's look at the ribbon. This is part of the embellishment share. I am loving this. It's called, is it Gorgeous Grape? No, it's Blackberry Bliss. And it's thin, it's not real wide, and it's very easy to tie, all right? So it's a really nice ribbon and it's 10 yards, but if you order the ribbon share tonight, you're gonna get 2.5 yards, which is probably enough for 5 or 6 cards. Here are the sprinkles, and Mana, you were asking me about the sprinkles last night. The sprinkles are actually foam. I was thinking it was sequins, but it's not. It's little foam circles. They come in terracotta, daffodil delight. I should probably read the catalog to see. Daffodil delight, pool party, purple posy, and terracotta tile. All right, so those are the colors, and I try and keep this closed when I'm not using it. This is not part of the share. It would be way too difficult for me to separate this, and it's probably got 85,000 foam circles in here. I'm exaggerating, but this would be a nightmare to separate. So this is not part of the embellishment share. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad you got those, Mana. You're going to be so happy that you did. All right. Now, let's talk designer paper. All right. Let me show you that. And I pulled it out of my share box so that I can show you some bigger sizes. Okay. Now, Mana, I know you were placing your order last night. If you did not get the designer paper, because I can't remember what's on your order, if you want to add that, you can add that tonight. I'll be closing that workshop tomorrow morning, okay? So if it's not on your order and you want it, there's still time to get it. All right, so here are the ice cream cones. You could certainly cut out these cones and put them on a card. And this is the opposite. And it's like confetti. So I'm gonna zoom on in here, ladies, okay, so that you can see this. Now this designer paper has a ton of coordinating colors, okay? So we'll get into that. Look at this yummy sheet. So that's one side of it. And then if we flip it over, we've got this terracotta wave, all right? And then look, isn't that awesome? This is Old Olive, Bermuda Bay, pool party. There we go there. And then look at the other side. Now, this is considered Old Olive, but I think it would certainly go with Granny Apple Green as well. Okay, here's a fun one, popsicles. And then stripes on the other side. Isn't this paper awesome? Look at this piece. And I'm gonna show you how to use this piece tonight, this piece, and this piece, okay? You're going to be amazed at how we can use this and make the project look awesome. Now here is the opposite side, and this is the Blackberry Bliss in Purple Posy. And then look at this piece. This is probably my favorite. And you can certainly fussy cut the ice cream cones out and add them to your project. And we're gonna do that tonight, actually. And then the opposite side, we have, this is cinnamon cider, and this is like an ice cream cone. So think about an ice cream cone, and this is exactly what it looks like. So that's the designer paper. It does come 12 by 12, and it is in the paper share. All right, so I'm going to put this back with this, and we're going to be ready to start our first project. I've just got to decide which one I want to do first. All right, well, let's go ahead and we're going to get started on our little shaker card, okay? All righty, and I'm going to try and give you measurements, and then I will also have the measurements available on my blog this Friday, okay? All right, so let's see, that's not it. This one is it. Okay, I put my card and everything in a kit to keep all my pieces together. Okay. All right, so this is the confetti sheet right here, and this actually measures the same size as the card base. So this is 4 1/4, and this is 5 1/2. All right, so it's going to cover the entire card base. So I'm going to get out my stamp and seal here. And I'm going to use the opposite side of this darling ice cream. And I'm just going to run my seal across here. Okay. And then I want to make sure that I'm opening the card correctly and not messing that up. And then I'm going to add this to the very top of my Whisper White card base, okay? So that's all you have to do with that. And so our next step is to start work on the shaker card part, okay? So I'm gonna set this aside, and I have cut a piece of Bermuda Bay. It is 3 3/4 inches, in case you want to write down the measurements, and it's 5 inches. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 5 inches. All right. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I've already taken the time to emboss this sheet of cardstock, and I used this 3D embossing folder, and it's the textured one, and I'm pretty sure it's in the annual book. I'm actually gonna look real quick. I meant to do that earlier, but let me just check the embossing folders back here to see the name. It is Tasteful Texture 3D, and it's page 185. So that is the folder that I used, and I've already taken the time to emboss it, okay? So you want to emboss first, all right? So when I looked at this card in the catalog, I was trying to figure out how to space the circles. And so, hey Liz, so this is what I came up with, okay? We're gonna take a Post-it note, and I'm going to use the circle punch 1 3/4 inches. Now ladies, this has retired, okay? So if you don't have that, don't panic. You can use, and I'm gonna measure this circle for you to be sure. Okay, that one is about 1 5/8. And I think it's going to be this one over here. I'm using the layering circles. Okay, and that one, I think you want about a 1 1/2 inch circle. So I would use this circle right here, and if we measure, the diameter is about 1 5/8, okay? And that's from the Layering Circles dies, okay? So if you don't have this punch, that's okay. You can still be able to cut out the circle. All right, so this is how I figured out how to space my circles, okay? because I tried to do it freehand and I chopped off the edge of the paper. So that was not going to work. So I'm actually taking a Post-it note, and I have a little bit of that sticky stuff there. And I'm going to position the circle about right here. And that gives me an idea about where I want it, okay? And then I'm going to take another Post-it note, and I'm going to do the very same thing. And let's see, I'm going to position that one about there. Now you're probably thinking, Tammy, you're using a lot of Post-it notes. So I have a funny story about my Post-it notes. My husband, working from home, told me that he was going to the office supply place to pick up some supplies. And he asked me if I wanted anything. And I said I could really use some Post-it notes. So my husband comes back with this color. This is probably Poppy Parade. And he came back with, it was blackberry bliss Post-it notes. Well, I can't use them. And I'm going to whisper this because he's downstairs. I can't use them because I write on them and I cannot see my writing. So I'm getting rid of them, and this is how I'm doing it. So, all right, so short story there, but wanted to give you an idea about how I placed my circles, okay? Now you can place your circles anywhere on this sheet of cardstock, okay? It doesn't have to be identical to mine. So now we're gonna take the punch, and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna punch. All right, and that way I didn't punch along the edge and mess up the cardstock. All right, and then you just kind of peel that off. And now I'm gonna do the next one. Just like that. And then here is the last one. All right. So this is basically how I wanted them. So I'm just peeling off the red, and if you have a hard time getting the red off, then you can use your, take your pick tool, okay? Now, let me mention one other thing. You can still do this with the dies. You'll use your Post-it notes, you'll lay your die on top and run that through the machine, okay? So it can be done either way. Hi, Sue. You can use a black, silver, or gold Sharpie. Oh, I could, Margaret, you're right. I could use that on my Post-it notes. I guess I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, all right, so the very first part is done, and we're gonna flip this over now, okay? Because I want this texture on the front, so I'm flipping it over. This is gonna be my back side, and we're going to use a window sheet, all right? Now, the Stampin' Up! Window sheets come in a 12 by 12 package. So let's look to see where the window sheets are. Yes, Leslie, I did emboss the card, and I embossed it with the, ladies help me, the 3D Tasteful Textures embossing folder. I've already forgotten the name, but it's in the back of the annual book. So hopefully you can see that. It's one of our newer ones, Leslie. All right, so let me see if I can find window sheets for everyone. Page 153, look right here. You get 2 large sheets. They're 12 by 12 each, okay? And I took the window sheet and I cut it down to size. Okay, so let me give you a recommendation for this, okay? When you cut your window sheet, you are going to dull the blade of your paper trimmer because this is super thick. This is not cardstock, okay? So what you want to do is, once you get an old blade, okay, that's not cutting your cardstock very well, take that old blade, and I always mark it. I usually put a G on it for glimmer paper, but you could put a W on it for window sheets. And then whenever I'm cutting glimmer paper or window sheets or something a little thicker than cardstock, I'll get that old blade out, use the old blade, okay, to cut this material. All right, don't use your new blade because it will dull it, okay? All right, so now the next thing we're going to do, and by the way, this window sheet is exactly the same size, okay, as the piece of cardstock, okay? So I'm gonna use glue dots here to attach the window sheet, and I'm gonna push hard so that glue dot sticks to it. Hopefully, ooh, you just don't wanna come off, do you? Let me try the next one. All right, that one did come off. So let me see if I can get this one off. Yes, Simone, you can emboss your 3D embossing folders with the new machine. Absolutely. Now, the reason I didn't show you the sandwich is because I had a class last night in Richmond, Virginia, and that's about an hour and a half from my house. And so I left my new machine in Richmond, okay, where I teach classes. I did not bring it home, so I couldn't show you the sandwich tonight. All right. All right. So, Simone, I would be happy to show you how to run that through your new embossing machine, okay? So you and I'll have to chat, and I will show you how to do that, okay? And I'll make sure that I have it next week, ladies. All right, so this is what I've done. Glue dots, okay, on all four corners and 2 in the middle, okay? All right. And then I am going to attach this to the back, okay? Everybody still with me? Now there's a little bit of window sheet showing right here, and I'm sure you cannot see that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that a bit, all right? And we'll get that off. All right, got it. And we'll put that in the trash, all right? You do need the new machine, Simone. You would absolutely love it. I have sold quite a few, and everybody's very happy with them. So, all right, so here's the back. You can see the glue dots a little bit better now. And now what we're going to do is we are going to put some foam strips around these circles, all right? So let me show you the foam strips. They are on the adhesive page in the annual catalog. They're called foam adhesive sheets, and the item number is 141825, all right? And we haven't used these in a while, but they are fun to use, and it looks like you get 2 in the package, all right? I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Hi, Mary Kay. Thanks for joining us. All right, here we go. I'm going to take one of these strips. Okay. And I'm not going to pull the whole thing off. I'm just going to kind of guess and take half of it. Okay, so I took about half a strip. And then what you do is you're going to take that foam, okay? And you're going to run it around the shape of the circle. Okay. But you want to be sure that the foam strip is not showing through the window. And I'll show you what I mean for that, by that in just a second. Okay. So when I look through here, through the circle, I don't want to see the foam strip. Okay. Yes, Marty, one more thing to add to your collection. All right, so that was about a half a strip, and I almost got it around there. So, okay. Oh, Jenny, that is a great idea. Jenny recommends you can also die cut some circles using the foam sheets and circle dies. What an awesome idea, Jenny, and I have never thought about that. So that's something I'm gonna have to try. It might even be easier. Hi, Carolyn. All right, ladies, I'm gonna add on to this circle. Now, when you go to add on, you want to get as close as you can to the other strip. If you don't, your sequins will leak out, okay? All right, and now I am back around here. I'm gonna stuff that in there, and I'm gonna let you look at that circle. Now, it's certainly not very pretty, is it? But no one's ever gonna know that because they can't see it, okay? So let's go ahead. We are going to start the next circle. Now this time, look how close these are. So I really don't need to run foam in that little area because this will stop it. So I'm just gonna put this around here like so. There we go. And I'm gonna start a new strip. And this time, instead of cutting the strip, I'm just gonna leave it long. And I am just going around here, okay? And I'm gonna cut about right there. So now you can see the second circle, okay? Hi, Melissa. I know kids would love to do this. Oh my gosh. Now we're gonna start on that last circle, okay? How many of you have made shaker cards? I know we've done it a few times in classes that I've taught. They're always fun to do. So I'm curious if you all ever make any shaker cards on your own. And as you can see, I'm going right around that circle. And there we go, okay? And I could have even cut that if I wanted and pushed it in, but actually it will do just fine like that, okay? All right, so that's done. And before we go any farther, we have one more thing that we need to do. Do you see this paper in the background right here? This paper in the background is Oh So Ombre. It is a celebration packet, okay? And it's a free product. Brenda, it takes practice. Takes practice. So with the Oh So Ombre paper, this is one of those free gifts with the $50 purchase. You've got rich razzleberry, granny apple green. So you'll see that. And look, then you get the rich razzleberry and granny apple green shading. Isn't that beautiful? This is also, you get some of this free with, you get this free with, I'll get it out in a minute, with your paper share. You get 16 sheets free with your paper share. All right, I am looking for Bermuda Bay, and I just found one. Okay, and this is the sheet that I'm going to use. So you can see with the Oh So Ombre paper that there is a variation, you know, in the color. So this is Bermuda Bay. It comes in rich razzleberry. Let me see, what else? What else? I have to look at my catalog here. Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green, and Rococo Rose, all right? And it's one of the free products, and that's what we're gonna use on this card. Now, to cut this, we know that I believe our measurements are 3 3/4. All right, so I am going to trim that. And see, I've got that nice variation in color right there. I just love it. And then I'm gonna trim it. All right, I wanna say I don't remember that measurement. Was it 5? Yep, 5 inches. All right. And we're going to trim that. Love this paper. It is so awesome. And then this is what is going on the back after we fill this with the sprinkles, okay? All right, so let's do it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to peel off the paper. All right, and by the way, when you all comment, your name is in the drawing for tonight's project, which is this card. All right, someone gets to take home this card tonight. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just lifting the paper up, okay, and getting that off. When you go to add your sprinkles, you want to make sure the sprinkles don't touch the foam because it will stick to the foam. All right, so that wasn't too hard, right? Now we're going to get out our little foam circles. These are so fun. I'm going to just use a little spoon and I'm going to put some right there, okay? So now I am filling the little things, those little circles, so fun to do, all right? How fun is that? Okay, looks like I need to order more sprinkles. Okay, so now we're ready. We're gonna add this sheet of paper and we want to keep it as even and as straight as possible. And we're just gonna lay that right on top. And then we're gonna rub and make sure that foam adhesive is sticking to this designer paper. Yeah, Sally, this would be an awesome children's birthday card. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And then after they open it, I would grab it and say, let me have that back. Okay. All right, so hopefully we've done that. And then we flip it over and we have our sprinkles. What do you think? We're gonna add this to the card base. So let's flip it back over. And I'm gonna add my Stampin' Seal. And even though this is bumpy, my seal is happy with it. And then we're going to center this right on here. Okay? All right. So that is now done. And now we're going to do a little embellishing. This is the fun part. Okay. So we're going to start with this sheet of paper here, and we're going to create this little banner. And I'm going to use one of our punches. It's called Banner's Pick-a-Punch, and this is the item number, 153608. And this one's been out for a little while. I'm going to use this. Do you see the end of this? This is the look I'm going for, but you could also use this side if you want. I'm so glad y'all like it. Hey, it's from the catalog. It is literally from the catalog. All right, so there. I've got my little ending there. And I'm just going to trim this a little so it's not too long. All right. And I'm going to slide it back in. Oops. Okay. I'm glad this happened because I want to show you how to correct this. Sometimes when your paper goes in here, your paper likes to move around. So if you switch over to the back, okay, and look at what it is you're punching, you'll have a better idea of how to center it, but I didn't. So guess what? We're gonna try again. I'm gonna trim that off, and I'm gonna put this back in. Okay, here we go. So now what I'm doing is I am centering that paper with this point, all right? So our punches are designed to work upside down, and it's a good thing because that's what we needed, okay? So remember, the paper can slide around. Okay, which is exactly what happened here. All right, well, let's go ahead and we're gonna add this to our card. I love the punches, Marcia. Oh my gosh, those new punches. I'm gonna just add that right along there, okay? I'll bring this one in. And now I have this tiny little piece of Pool Party. It was just a strip of Pool Party cardstock, all right? And it was just in my scrap drawer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it there. Now to add it, I'm gonna use a glue dot because that's gonna be the simplest thing for me to do. The seal is a little too wide to put on the back of this cardstock, okay? And then I'm gonna layer that like so, okay? So that's our Pool Party layer. And now we're going to add the ice cream. And yes, I am going to fussy cut the little ice cream out. This ice cream cone is much smaller. I almost cut that. This cone is much smaller than the punch, and you're gonna get a good look at the punch shortly, and you're gonna learn a lot of little things about the ice cream images in the stamp set. So first, I'm just gonna trim around here. We were talking about fussy cutting the other day in one of my classes, and we were saying we really didn't mind fussy cutting, like especially if you're watching TV. You know, I don't mind doing that at all. It keeps my hands busy while I'm watching TV. It's better than eating. So if you're hungry, instead of eating, just fussy cut for a while. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some dimensionals. I'll use the little guys because that's, whoops, will that work? Hang on, I'll put one there and one there. All right, yes, sissy cut, Mary Kay, I said it wrong. For those that are new, once every couple of months, my husband does a class with you all. And at Christmas, he was working with the moose punch and the moose stamp set, and he called fussy cutting sissy cutting. So we have not forgotten that yet, so it's pretty funny. So that's where I'm gonna add my ice cream cone. And then I'm gonna bring in this little piece of bumblebee cardstock and cinnamon cider ink. And the words, "You're so cool," all right? All right, and then we're just gonna put that right there in the center. Hopefully I have it straight. There you go. That's fairly straight. And then we're going to add some dimensionals here. I'm finishing up this edge. I'm gonna close this. All right, then we open that up, and "You're so cool" goes right here. And ladies, this is from the catalog. I cased the catalog, all right? And then there's our little shaker card. I think I did this one correctly. I think I did. It's not leaking. My original one leaked. Isn't that cute? And this is Bermuda Bay cardstock, okay? All right, so I'm gonna set this one aside. And we are going to look at, I wanna show you something. I wanna show you this card right here, okay? And I'm going to bring in these 3 pieces of paper and my punch. So this is the new ice cream punch. The nice thing is you can bundle the stamp set and the punch, all right, and save 10%. and I'm looking for that. Where is that? I see them separately. Oh, here it is. Sweet ice cream bundle, and it's $31.50. You'll save 10%. And then these are the coordinating colors for the sweet: terracotta tile, old olive, Bermuda Bay, blackberry bliss, cinnamon cider. So lots of fun colors. But here's the great thing, ladies. The entire suite is $56. So if you were to purchase the entire suite, then you could select the Oso Ombre paper as your free gift, or choose any of the products for your free gift, okay? And that's a level 1 celebration set, okay? So keep that in mind. The entire suite is $56. Okay, so I want to show you the ice cream scoops, okay? You're going to notice that this is a builder punch, and there are 2 different punches in this one punch. You've got your ice cream, and then you've got the cone, all right? So for the cone, you can punch, and let's see if we can find one. Oh, that would be pretty. Let's see what else we can find. You can just kind of play around and just look for ice cream. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go for this. So that can be my ice cream scoop right there, okay? So that is actually how I created this one, all right? All right, let's try another one. Here we go. And this one, you can use this if you want. You can turn it around and use this if you want. You know, anywhere on this paper that you want. But I actually love this paper because it does look like real ice cream. All right, now let's look at the one on this card. See that one? It was from the same paper as this one, okay? I know, I learned it today, Mary Kay. I had no idea that you could even do this. All right, here's another one. Let's see. So you can just play around with your paper. Let's see. I'm trying to find something interesting. All right, so we could use that. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, let me show you something. Instead of, if I punch this here, I'm gonna also punch out a cone, and I really don't need the cone, and I don't wanna waste paper, so I'm gonna cut my paper, all right? I can use that for something else. Now I can go in and I can get my ice cream. And there it is. Isn't that neat? I love it. All right, so I've taken those 3 sheets of paper and I've shown you how to make some ice cream with them without ever stamping. Okay. Now I want you to look at this piece right here. This is not stamped. So let me show you this. If I go over here, I can get my ice cream cone. And there it is. All right, so I made this card with very little stamping. I just stamped the greeting. Oh man, I'd love to have an ice cream cone right now. I'm gonna go in and trim this and use this later for something else. So you can definitely use your punch and your paper to create some ice cream. All right, let me get rid of that trash. And now we're gonna move on to another card. We're gonna move on to this one and we're gonna make this one together. So this, Mana's changing her order. Mana, let me know tonight. I love it. Okay, so this is another card we're gonna make. Now this one is my own design, but as you can see, I made 3 or 4 cards by casing the catalog, and then I came up with my own idea. So that's just kind of how I work and how I design things. Because sometimes when I look at a new suite of product, it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Where do I begin? And so I usually begin by warming up with the samples, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started on this card. Let me find my supplies. And this is actually hand stamped, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay. Let's see, well, why don't we start with the stamping? How about that? Let me get out all my little stamped pieces, and then we're gonna put the card together, okay? I love it. Yeah, add the sweet to your order, absolutely. Okay, so in this card, we're going to use this and this cone and this piece, okay? Because we're gonna make it a waffle cone, all right? Then, do you see this right here? We're gonna use that in the background. And so if you look at those little soft dots in the background. Now, you could also use this. So either one would look fine, okay? All right, so let's start with that, and that's Pool Party. And let's see, here are my dots. And I'm just going to randomly put some. Now this is a little bit darker, so I'm gonna stamp off. All right, make it a little bit lighter. Don't have to, okay? And so basically that's what I've done. Maybe I'll do one more and that one will be dark. So now I've done some of each, okay? And I have certainly stamped more on this circle than I stamped on this circle, okay? So I've done some dark and I've done some lighter, all right? Oh, the stitched rectangle. Oh my goodness. Yes, the stitched rectangle, Simone. It's gonna be in the annual book. And the stitched rectangles, they're in alphabetical order, I think. They are right here, page 183. Stitched rectangles, item 151820, all right? And you get 13 dies. Good question. And Simone is probably referring to this card because I used the stitched rectangle here and here, okay, instead of cutting it. All right, so Pool Party is done. I'm gonna set this aside. And now we're going to bring in, let's do the ice cream cone, okay? I'm gonna bring in my mat just because I'm on a folding table and the photopolymer stamp does not have any cushioning. So this pad will help with that. We're gonna use cinnamon cider, okay, for the cone. And when I stamp the cone, I'm actually gonna stamp off. I did stamp off, you all cannot see that because of the angle of the camera, but I did stamp off, and then there's my ice cream cone. Now look at the cone. It's not a solid image, okay? So don't expect to get one when you stamp with this stamp, okay? I think it makes it look more realistic anyway. Now here, this is the part where we're gonna make it. Instead of a standard cone, we're gonna make it a waffle cone. I'm gonna ink that up in full strength. And I'm gonna stamp right in the center. And so now I have my cone. So that's how you stamp that. And then we'll go ahead and punch this out. let's see, let's turn this around. Now when I turn this around, I've got way too much paper over here. So I've got to trim that. And guess what? I get to use one of my Poppy Parade Post-it notes. And now I can get that cone in there just like that. Okay, so that's how we pop out the cone. All right, now we're gonna work on ice cream, and we're gonna use Blackberry Bliss and Bermuda Bay, all right? And Whisper White cardstock. Okay, so here's our cute little ice cream cone, and we'll go ahead and start with Bermuda Bay. Move that a little bit. All right, so I'm inking this up, and now I'm stamping, and that is full strength. Okay, I didn't stamp off. This one's lighter. So now we're gonna do one, and we're gonna stamp off, and then we're going to stamp. And this one's much lighter, and I prefer the lighter one. Oh my goodness, oh, that's so neat. Maristella, that is so cool to have your cousin here tonight from Brazil. Neat, I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna show you one more option, okay, with your ice cream. Remember these two things? These are like sprinkles, okay? So I inked this in Bermuda Bay, full strength. Now I can stamp on top, and look what I have. I have sprinkles on my ice cream. You can also use the dots, okay, which we'll use on another ice cream cone, okay? All right, so we've done this one. Now we need one in Blackberry Bliss. So that means I'm going to clean my chamois. And let's see, Bermuda Bay's done. So now we're gonna move on to Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so I am gonna stamp off because Blackberry Bliss, as you know, is a very dark color. All right, and that's what I have. Let's do it again. Let's try full strength and see if we like that. Okay, it's all right. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna do another one. Because again, we're experimenting. That one's much better. I like that one a lot. Now you can leave your ice cream like this, or you can add sprinkles, okay? All right, so now we're going to punch these out. All right, and again, I've got to trim my paper. So let's do that. There we go, see that? Okay, that's our first one. And now we're going to do our Bermuda Bay ice cream. All right, and we have them both done. Let's see, let's go ahead and stamp our oval. This is the last thing that we'll stamp, and then we're going to assemble the card, and it comes together pretty easily. All right, let's see. You're so cool. And then that's gonna go right in the center, like that, okay? All right, so now we're gonna put this one together. I have completely warmed up, my goodness. Okay, so with this card, it opens like this, okay? It's a standard card. So this is my standard card right here, but what I need to do is trim off 1 inch of the front, all right? So we're gonna do that. And again, we're just trimming the 1 inch off the front. Okay, that 1 inch comes off. All right. Okay. We'll go ahead and we're gonna add our sprinkles or confetti. This is 1 inch by, should be 4 1/4 inches. Yep, 4 1/4 inches. Yep. All right. Yes, Sally, I do too. Sally says, I like the ice cream scoop. It's outlined after you punch it out. Yeah, you've got that whisper white in the background, that little bit of allowance. I kind of like that too, to be perfectly honest. I'm glad they did it like that. All right, so we're just adding this right along here on the inside. Okay, so when it's closed, it'll look like that. Okay, hi Teresa, thanks for sharing. If you're just joining us, please comment because we're gonna be giving away this card, ladies, and you don't wanna miss it, all right? Oh, you know what, no, I forgot to cut this, so we're gonna have to cut some designer paper. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our blackberry bliss on here, and let me measure for you. This is 4 3/8 by 4 1/8, okay? So we'll tape this on here. Love this color, so, so pretty. And then we're just gonna center this, okay? All right. There we go. And now we need to add designer paper, which I forgot to cut. So we get to do that right now. The good thing is it's sitting here right beside me. So let's see here. There we go. I'm almost out of this paper too. Okay. All right, let's measure. This paper measures 4 1/8 of an inch across, so we'll go to 4 1/8. Got rid of this little strip. And then, let's see what this is. This is going to measure 3 7/8. Okay, so 3 7/8. And that's our paper. So we'll add our seal. I hope they don't melt in the mail either, Sue. I agree. Absolutely. Hopefully they won't melt on the way to your house. All right. So here we're going to add our designer paper. Okay. Right here. All right. So we're going to add a Blackberry Bliss scallop circle, and I'm pretty sure, and I don't think I have it over here on my table, it is the largest scallop circle in layering circles, okay? I do know that. I don't have it over here. It's on my other table. So largest one, okay? And looks like I actually popped it up. Here I go again, popping up everything. All right. Now, I don't want you to go away. We're going to have a drawing, okay? And I've got some other tricks to show you with the ice cream, okay? All right, Carolyn says, if you save the negative of the scoop and cone, you could use it as a stencil, use it... Tell me more, Carolyn. Use it as a stencil, a pattern. Let me know. All right. So now we're going to pop up this circle. And let's see. We'll just center this. By the way, this is a stitched circle, and it's from Stitched Shapes Dies, okay? That's where that's from. Now we're gonna add our ice cream, and you all know that I popped all this stuff up, right? Of course I did. Of course I did. We're gonna add our cone about right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just snip all of this so it's ready. I'm gonna let the Bermuda Bay be on top because the sprinkles are on it. Oh yes, Carolyn, use it as a template to stamp both and cut at the same time. Yes, you could definitely do that. I am aware of that. Yep, thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna do my Blackberry Bliss here, okay? Just like that. And then I'm gonna add, and I just put it at the top, okay? Just a dimensional, and look, I can even turn it. It doesn't have to be straight, okay? I think I like this one better. Which one do you all like? Do y'all like A or B? All right, and let me go ahead and we're gonna add our words. And I'll attach that there, okay? Let's add some ribbon, and then I'm gonna show you how to work with your sprinkles, okay? I've got a couple of tricks for that for you tonight. All right, and again, this is gorgeous. Is it Gorgeous Grape? No, it's Blackberry Bliss. I keep calling it Gorgeous Grape. It's so, so pretty. This is in the ribbon share. You get 2.5 yards. All right. There we go. I'm going to cut the ribbon at a diagonal. Just like that. Everybody likes B. So do I. I have to learn how to do a Facebook poll live. Evidently, you can do it. I don't know how yet, but that's the next thing that I'm going to learn so that I can ask you questions and you can type in the answer. But yeah, I'm liking this one a lot too. All right, back to our little sprinkles here. You're going to need your Take Your Pick tool. And you're going to need some fine tip glue. Now, if you don't have fine tip glue, use the Tombow, okay? I'm going to take a quick sip of water here. Okay. Now, I may zoom in on this so you all can see better. There we go. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little drop of glue right there. Then I'll put another here and another here, okay? You can do it one at a time or you can do all of them at a time. Now, to pick up your sprinkles, use your putty, okay? The putty attachment for the Take Your Pick tool. And then set it in the glue, all right? And it works pretty well. Sometimes it wants to stay. And then let me get one that's in Pool Party, and I'll put right there. Isn't that easy? Have you all ever done that? So yeah, these are the sprinkles, Mana. I hope you got the sprinkles in your order, Mana. Did you get them? Mana ordered the ice cream bouquet last night, so I'm hoping she's getting everything else she needs in the suite. All right, now I'm going to pick up this terracotta tile color, or it could be Calypso Coral. This light purple is Purple Posy, and the blue is Pool Party. And I used my Take Your Pick tool to do that. What do you think? Have you all ever tried that? That, my ladies, is our second project and second prize tonight. Okay, now, your fine tip glue pen. There is a little pin inside the cap, all right? And there is a little hole right here in this tube. And of course you cannot see that. Yes, you can also get the mini when you place an order with me. Absolutely, Brenda. I do have a mini and I have a celebration. Yeah. All right, so use the pin, put the pin inside the tube so that the glue does not get clogged up, okay? All right, yeah, the glues, listen to me. The sprinkles are amazing, so I think everybody should have them, okay? All right, I want to show you some tricks with the popsicle, okay? Because I wasn't quite sure how to stamp the popsicle, all right? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So just a few more tricks up my sleeve, and then we're going to do the drawing, okay? I think I zoomed out too much that time. All right, hang on. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, we carry this beautiful rainbow glimmer paper. It comes 12 by 12. It's in the annual book. Aren't y'all proud of me that I have my book with me tonight? And it's page 153. It's called Rainbow Glimmer, and you get 2 sheets, 12 by 12. The colors are Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green, Magenta Madness, and Mango Melody. So all of these colors match beautifully with the ice cream paper. So what you can do is take your ice cream punch, all right, and punch a beautiful scoop of ice cream using glimmer paper. Isn't that awesome? All right, let me show you another one. Here's another piece. You can see that I punched balloons at one time. All right, let's see if we can, yep. I'm gonna cut this so that I don't destroy all of my beautiful glimmer paper. Love this stuff. Now, if I punch this one, look at this. Isn't that pretty? So you can take your glimmer paper and punch some beautiful ice cream scoops. All right, just by using your rainbow glimmer, okay? So I wanted you to be aware of that. And now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna look at these 2 pieces. That's the popsicle and the sprinkles and the popsicle stick, okay? All right, so let's see, we'll do Bermuda Bay. And we'll just do Blackberry Bliss again. And I'm gonna bring my pad in here. Thank you, Simone. Hi, Sherry, welcome. All right, hi, Diane. Oh, yay, your mom's watching. That's awesome, Diane. All right, here we go. You ready for this? So I saw these 2 things and I'm like, how do I stamp a popsicle? I don't know how to do it, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna stamp this. This has the square bottom, okay? Whereas this one kind of has a round top, all right? Yes, Frosty Sherbet ice cream. I am gonna stamp off, ladies. All right, and there's half my popsicle. All right, now I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna ink it in Bermuda Bay. I'm gonna stamp off. I am going to overlap. And that is my ice cream cone. All right, now let me show you one that I made earlier today. Here they are. That's how I made them. I did fussy cut them out. Then you can take sprinkles, put them on top your ice cream cone. All right? Not only can you use the sprinkles, but you can also use the confetti. Okay? The other nice thing is you can use different colors. So let's try a different popsicle color, okay? Let's see how it turns out. I have no idea what it's gonna do. I was thinking I brought my terracotta tile ink over here, but maybe I didn't. You know what? Let's do Pool Party and Blackberry Bliss. All right, let me clean my stamp. This one is going to look similar like the one we just did, okay? All right. Okay, so again, Blackberry Bliss, I'm gonna stamp off, stamp it on my paper. I'm gonna take Pool Party, and I'm just gonna layer it on top, and there is my ice cream cone, okay? And you can add sprinkles or confetti there. Now, another thing that you can do, you can stamp your popsicle, all right? And let's see, I think I can use a different color. And then you can actually add some sprinkles here, okay? And that could be your popsicle. And I'll kind of zoom in for you, okay? Now, if you're having a hard time visualizing that, look at these 3 popsicles in the catalog. That's exactly what they've done, okay? They've stamped the bottom and they've put sprinkles at the top, all right? And do you see this little drop? That's like ice cream coming off of the popsicle, okay? Which is right here. There's the little drop of ice cream, all right? Brenda, that is a great question. I am using a simple chamois. When it comes to you, it's this beautiful chamois cloth. Let me see if I can find it for you. If someone else finds it before me, that would be awesome. Here it is. No? Hang on. I have to think where this one is. Simple Chamois on page 163, Brenda. It's called the Simple Chamois. It's $8. And it's dry when you receive it, and you wet it and get it real wet. And then I always put it in a clear stamp case. And then when I'm cleaning my stamps, I can just rub this. So I still have my other cleaners, my Stamp and Scrub. I still have those, but this one takes up a little less room. So makes it a little nicer. It'll never be pretty again. To clean it, you rinse it under tap water, okay? Just rinse it and get all that ink out, all right? Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm looking to see if there are any more questions about that. Okay. Oh, I know. I've got to show you the popsicle stick, okay? All right. And then that will be it. All righty. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut out one of the popsicles. And this is important because I'm going to show you how to add the popsicle stick. Okay? Like I said, when I looked at this morning, I'm like, wait a minute, how do I make that popsicle? All right. All right, and this is very, very easy to cut out. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna clean piece of paper. I'm gonna use cinnamon cider for my popsicle stick. And I'm going to stamp the outline. Okay, so that's the outline of the popsicle stick. That's great, Diane. You've been studying the book all day. I like to hear that. Now I have inked it in cinnamon cider. This is the solid stick. I'm gonna stamp off. You guys know me in stamping off. And make that a little lighter on the inside. because of the outline. I'm gonna stamp again. All right, now watch what happens. I'm gonna cut this out. It only stamps up to here, right? And I'm like, why does it only go up to there? I know Tom would be proud we're doing all this sissy cutting, right? He would be proud. All right, I'm trying to get around here. There we go. Okay, now look what happens. This white part here will never show because the popsicle stick goes right there, okay? So that's how that works. Oh, and one other thing, and this one I might have to grab, oh, I have a block right here, good. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I wanna show you one more thing, okay? Because when you order this bundle, I don't want you to be lost, all right? I want you to know exactly what you need to do. All right, now you can also add this texture here because that makes it look like a wood grain, all right? And, all right. And then you can do the same thing with this popsicle stick. And you can even color that in. All right. Okay. So if you are considering ordering in my online store after tonight's class, this is the January Hostess code. Now this is a brand new one. All right. I just opened it today, so you can certainly use this one. All right, yeah, it's $90 for everything plus your shipping. Absolutely right, Simone. And by the way, shares are not included in B Rewards, okay? And I'll explain B Rewards in just a second. All right, so here's our new January code, starts today, if you remember to use that. And when you do place a $35 order in my online store, I'm going to email you a 16 project tutorial. And it's got 16 beautiful projects from the mini catalog. And I'll give you a hint. Mine is up here in the top corner, okay? But there's some amazing projects this month, so you gotta check it out and place that minimum $35 order. All right, now when you're in my online store and you do place a $35 order, you earn a B. And for every $35 in product purchased, you earn a B. And when you've earned 10 Bs, this card is redeemable for $35 in free product. I'll remind you, once your card is full, I'll send you an email at the end of the month. I'll let you know that it's redeemable, and then you can let me know what you would like. And you are responsible for the shipping and tax, and I record it here on the back to keep track of it all for you. All right? All righty, so I think that takes care of our commercials and housekeeping. And of course, all of you know it's Celebration. And so, you know, when you spend $50, you earn a free Celebration product. So don't forget about that, okay?